The object of Taxi Chronicles is to allow real riders with real stories share their experience and enhance your life. So sit back and enjoy the journey. Morning, morning, morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we have Dan from the Rich Brothers. He's been in this business for many, many years, probably most of my adult lifetime, and he's in the business of reproduction of antiquity. So let's hear what he has to say, see what we can learn today. So nice to have you here today, Dan.
Morning.
So Dan, first question, what kind of person were you when you were at school?
Mischievous, I'd say. Not bad, not the best student, but mischievous, I suppose.
Okay, so you was an extrovert then, it would be safe to say.
I wouldn't say an extrovert, no, not really. As with mates, I was an extrovert, but with like new people, I suppose, I'm not shy, but sort of an introvert.
Okay, fair enough. That's a wise thing to do. You don't want to show all your cards straight away. What was your hopes and dreams when you were in school? What did you want to be?
When I was growing up, I wanted to be a motorbike racer.
Okay.
And I raced motorbikes from when I was 6 till I was about 18.
6?
Yeah, I was stuck in a motorbike when I was 3. Started racing.
Really? What? What?
Yeah.
How did you? What kind of motorbike was that? It wasn't
a little 50C Idlejet on Croydon Aerodrome. Yeah.
Sweet, mate. And you were on your own?
No, with my dad. My dad put me on him. My dad got me.
Well, he tied you to him or something?
He was a bike racer and he wanted to get me into early learning. Yeah, when I was 3, I was riding a little automatic 50 on Croydon Aerodrome.
Whoa! You never know what someone's been up to.
Nah.
So do you remember that? So I only remember my age as young as 5.
Not sort of a bit. It's sort of vague. I think just looking at photographs, I think I remember it through the photographs rather than remembering it. But yeah, so that was it for me. Racing, I was racing motorbikes every Sunday from the day I was 6 to the day I was 17. 18.
So you actually, so it's proper competitions, semi-pro?
British Championships. I won the British Championships when I was 13.
Okay.
And I got to 16, 17, and if you're going to race on a Sunday, you've got to be in bed by 9 on a Thursday, Friday and Saturday to race properly on a Sunday.
Okay.
No going out. And when you're 16, 17, your mates were going to parties, so I was partying with mates. I was sponsored by Yamaha, and I wasn't getting the results I was supposed to be getting because I'm out partying with mates, and then it all got a chore, and then that was it.
What did your old man say? He must have been devastated.
Yeah, he wasn't too chuffed. No.
He sounded like, was he one of those old men who's living his dream through your son?
Not really, no. He wasn't like that. He just wanted he was a good dad. He wanted the best, and and he wasn't like, oh, he's like, just do what you want to do. He gave me all the opportunities, and I fucked it up basically.
Okay, that's interesting. Or at least you can admit that.
Yeah.
So how did you feel when you first got that contract with Yamaha?
It was amazing. Yeah, really good. Really good.
You had all the latest levers and everything?
Yeah, well, it's motocross, so it's not so much levers, it's sort of motocross, which is a rough ground. And
oh, is it? It's the dirt bike thing?
Dirt bike, yeah.
Oh, so you could do those big jumps and all that?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's well, you must be fearless then.
On a motorbike, I am, yeah.
Because anybody's willing to be on a machine and jump. So you could do a somersault through the air on the motorbike?
I did none of the somersaults. That's the sort of like the freestyle stuff. I'm sort of racing. Still do the big jumps, but not you're racing while you're doing it. You're not somersaulting.
So you do that thing where you go around on the dirt bike and you go over the humps, boom, boom,
yeah,
boom,
yeah.
And the kind of back wheels always sliding out as you go around the corner.
Yeah.
And I take it they have special tyres and all of that for that.
Yeah. It's a good sport, but no, it doesn't feel, because I've been doing it my whole life, it doesn't feel. My son does it now, so I go with him. I'll still have a go now. For all that, but yeah, it's fun.
Do you ever just go through a forest like that?
Yeah, they're doing enduro days where you just go out into the wilderness, and it's good fun, just out on the bikes, just bombing around. But it's mainly grew up racing.
Okay. Have you gone to like overseas, like America, Canada?
I've raced in America, and I've raced in France and Italy.
Okay. And what did you learn about that whole industry that you wish you knew when you had started?
I wish I'd have started 20 years later, because then I'll be earning good money out in America and doing stuff I earn money now. Back then it was just nothing. But as I said, I don't know really. I don't know if I'd change anything. I had a good laugh with my mates all through my 20s, and if you got to give up everything to do it properly. Everything. And I don't know, if I look back, I think I enjoyed racing bikes, but I also enjoyed with my mates all through my 20s. And
You didn't love it that much.
yeah, I did, but when you've been doing it, if I'd have started when I was, say, 12, 14, then I think I would have carried on at that. But when you start at 6, I'm sitting on the line with 40 other guys in some European Championship, and I'm not nervous, not adrenaline, because I was so used to it. It's like normal. So it got to a point where I was like, I'm racing around like third in the world, racing around, and I'm singing songs in my head, but I'm not even like, you know, it becomes normal. You haven't got that sort of thrill anymore. I've been doing it to such a young age, it just became...
Was it a case that you needed to go faster, or you needed more of a challenge?
No, not even that. I think when you start going to parties and everything, you get excitement through different things and mucking about with girls and having a drink with your mates and weak-minded, I suppose.
Yeah, I hear. Did you? But then, you know what? I think the key thing you mentioned is about finance, because when you know there's lots of finance involved, that's a big motivator.
It is.
If your old man said, "Well, son, you can get this motor if you don't go for the parties for the next 6 months,"
Exactly.
and you'll say, "What? All right, mate. So, guys,
I'll go race those bikes over there if I get that money, no problem."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any major injuries or near-death experiences?
No, I've never broken a bone doing it. I've sort of had massive crashes, but I've bounced quite well. I've always had some big ones, but always been alright.
But you have all that protective gear on, don't you? It's like,
yeah, I've had mates that have broken backs, broken legs, broken everything. I've always been alright.
and that protective gear, has it improved over the years?
No,
because
same.
It's still the same because it
basically
just
the
does
same.
its job.
Yeah. Obviously, the technology inside crash helmets and the technology in like boots have gone up a bit, but it's basically the same sort of stuff.
I suppose because you need a certain element of flexibility, so your bones and bodies are just going to swing anywhere.
Exactly.
Yes. I always looked at that same equipment they use for that, they could use for the military. You know, because you get the same, you need to move the body in the same way in that respect.
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of questions I'd love to ask you on a motorbike, but seeing as we're meant to be talking about your company, so let's jump into that. We're going to have to split this into 2 episodes, mate. So, how did you get into this arts heritage?
I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was always good at drawing and art and stuff like that, and then didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I got a job drawing furniture at a company in South Cairns. So before they had computer-aided design, I used to go in someone's house and say, "I want these curtains, this sofa," and I'd sketch it. So it's sort of like an artist's impression sort of thing. And then in the same building, South Cairns, there were the guys called Rich Brothers who restored antiques and did Chinese lacquer work and all that sort of stuff. I didn't mind doing that. So I asked them and they said no, they didn't want anyone. And in the same company I was working for, they commissioned the Rich Brothers, the guys I worked for in the end, to decorate 12 dining chairs, like Regency design, like all the lines and gold leaf and all that on it. And I said, how much do you charge you to do that? They said, like 6 or 8 grand, something for the 12 chairs.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, fucking hell.
So that's like 500 quid a chair.
Yeah.
And how, I have to ask, how long did it take a day to do a chair or something?
Yeah, about a bit more, but back then I was like, what? I said, I'll tell you what. I said, I'll do them for 4 grand. And if you don't, and she went, the woman I worked with, she didn't know I could do that sort of stuff. And I said, look, I thought I could do that. And I said, she goes, well, no. I said, look, let me take one at the weekend. If you don't like it, don't pay for it. If you like it, cool. And she went, all right. So I did it.
Clever man.
And she went, yeah, it's all right. I went, cool. So, and I knew the Rich Brothers because I used to do deliveries when I was driving around for them. They were good guys. And I started laughing. I said, I've undercut you. I've got those chairs. And they didn't care. They were like, yeah, because they had loads of work. They were cool. And I did them, and they saw them, and they said, yeah, do you still want that job? And that was it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I basically undercut them, and then got a job for it. Yeah. But I knew them. I was sort of friends with them anyway, because they were in the same building. So.
Okay, that's good. It's really good. To get in that industry, do you need a qualification or is it just skills?
Not really.
And do they do apprenticeships? Is it easy to get apprenticeships? Because clearly you didn't need one. So which brings to mind, where did you learn the skills of doing that?
On the job, really. I just looked at these chairs and thought, well, I'm quite good with a brush, I could copy that. And then everything else sort of learnt on the job with these guys.
So you kind of disabled it, stripped it down, and then kind of filmed how you stripped it down and put it back together the same way, but with new coverings.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it was, and then everything else sort of fell into place.
Mm. And now you own your own company, your own firm.
Yeah, well, I bought that one off them. 2 years later, they retired.
Oh, so it all fell into place. How many years ago was this then?
25 years ago. 20.
Oh, so we're talking some good amount of time. And you've been in this refurbishment business for how long?
Oh, since I was 19, and I'm 50 now. So.
Okay. I have to ask you, what have you learned about this refurbishment business that you wish you knew when you started?
Not a lot really. It all sort of went as I went. I've never really had any shitty clients. I mean, because it's all sort of high-end stuff. The clients are always nice people and pay well, and there's not really anything to go back and think, oh, I wish I'd known that.
So you never get any. It's not like the building game when you get bad clients who don't want to pay,
No, I don't really get
or
that.
pay late or anything like that. So you go high enough, you just get paid automatically.
Yeah.
No. I think you're going to have a lot of builders moving into your area soon after this interview.
Yeah, no, they're always all right.
Okay, that's good.
They're always fun because I work with sort of, it's more sort of old school money. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah,
Sort of like
yeah,
older,
yeah.
and they're all like lovely people.
Okay.
I always find the old school money was like,
And
do you know, I think not people that have made money. You get them in the same area, and they're two different types of people.
yeah.
Old school money, no airs or what you think they are. There's no airs or graces. They're not up themselves at all. They're just generally lovely people.
And they're probably fascinated about the world around them because their world is kind of very. Okay.
I always found that. Old school money have always been generally lovely people.
What's the kind of the most interesting work that you've done?
I restored Hitler's desk.
Really?
Yeah, they've got it in the building back up near, around the back of the war offices, down the back of Buckingham Palace, and it's up in the main guy's office.
What in Boris in that number 10?
No, it's in one of the war offices round just behind Buckingham Palace in the building up there years ago.
What did you have to do to that? Just sand it down and varnish it?
No, it was sort of coming apart, put it back together, touch a few bits in, draw runners in. Yeah, so I got walked around the building and he showed me and he said, yeah, this is Hitler's war desk, and they took it away from there years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And a terracotta horse that shouldn't have been in the country.
What?
Yeah,
So terracotta is from China, isn't it?
yeah.
So who had that then? Someone
Well,
that...
a company, well, I won't say who it was, had a very, very, very rich client, and it went in a building that overlooks Hyde Park, up, so right at the top of one of these penthouses,
Yeah.
and it was smuggled out. It was brought all the way over, and they must have, I mean, if they got caught doing that, whoever smuggled it out and paid a lot of money, because they'd kill them out there for taking that. They're bloody not allowed out of the country. I know it's really bad because the bloke who came into me was sweating.
Is it?
Yeah, and it was a big company as well who came to me, and I did work for them. They got it out, they shipped it, they got it all the way to this company, which is around sort of Knightsbridge area, and then the guys were taking it there to take up to his penthouse, and they went round the corner and they forgot to tie it down and smashed over the back of the van.
Oh.
Yeah. And they brought it down to me and I put it all back together.
Okay. Well, these things happen. These things happen. Have you ever had a job where you just said no because the work was beyond your capabilities, or the other question, which is the last question, is that you didn't want to get in trouble because it's something like the terracotta horse?
Nah, I've always said, yeah, we'll have a go. We'll do it somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, where can people find you if they want to invest in, if they want to use your services as a company?
I don't know, I'm not.
You're not on the social media?
No, I'm not on any social
You
media.
don't even have a website?
No, Don't advertise. I've never advertised since I started. So I'm not on social, I'm not on Facebook.
No, I can
Instagram,
see why they're
nothing.
using you, mate. You're not causing any problems. All right, what's the name of the company then? Can you give us that?
Rich Brothers.
Rich Brothers,
Yeah,
a
that's
heritage.
it. Yeah.
Something heritage. Okay, guys. Well, thanks a lot for that, and we
No,
wish
you're
you
welcome.
well.
Cheers, mate.
And to listeners out there, do not forget to listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where we talk to people who've invested in Africa from around the world. Have a nice day.
We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day as well as vlogging on our social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.